Hey, 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 y'all. Welcome, welcome. It is Sunday, the final day of Singers and Songbirds. We're so glad to see everybody here for Roots in the Round number 5. Before we get started, I just got to give a shout out to our sponsors because they made this thing possible, y'all. We want to thank Brawley Garden Center, Mooresville Tattoo Company, the Iredell Arts Council, which is this place that we're in right here, right now, North Carolina Arts Council, Red Buffalo Brewing, Lake Mountain Coffee, Piedmont Folkways, Grassroots Entertainment Group, 92.9 WAME, Insomniacs Incorporated, and of course, downtown Statesville, and all of you. It's been nothing short of amazing this weekend. I mean, just lots of great music, a bunch of new connections made between artists, and some really great after parties, and I don't know, just everything in between. And we're so excited that it went as well as it did. We're really excited to be closing out Sunday with another Roots in the Round with these fine fellows up here. And then we got the Songbird competition coming up after this at about 6 o'clock, which is going to be the final event for this weekend. But I just want to take a second to introduce everybody on stage with me right now. Right here, I got Mr. Matt Eckard. I got Philip Page. I got Blake Breedlove. And I got Chase Killough. We're really excited to have all these guys on here. They're all phenomenal songwriters, local songwriters, and we're just going to get straight to it. If you haven't been to a Roots in the Round, we do 4 rounds. We pass the torch this way, and the first round, we're going to ask everybody the same question, and then the second round, we're going to do another same question. Third round, we do individual questions that I pick at random from Mr. Google right here. And then some of these questions are awful, too, just a heads up. And then to close it out, we're just going to find out where we can find each of these fellows online and where they're going to be playing and everything like that. And so we're just going to go ahead and get started right now with Mr. Matt Eckard here. And so, Matt, tell us, how long have you been playing, man? Or no, where are you from? I already got it backwards.
That's all right. No worries. I'm actually from Conover, North Carolina. I lived there growing up and Lower Springs Road area, and then I kind of like migrated around Hickory and Claremont, and then spent a little time, just a few years in New York, just to, I don't know, broaden the horizons and see what all's out there. And yeah, I've resided back with my lovely lady here in Hickory. We got a little place, and it's been nice. I moved back from from New York, and to North Carolina. And I had a group of friends that decided they wanted to get this house, and I don't know, it's been really cool because the house has kind of like evolved and changed and slowly kind of just became our little bungalow and, haven in the middle of the city. So,
Nice.
yeah, I enjoy the city, and I enjoy what's growing from there. There's a bunch of good places that are popping up, and honestly, Statesville, you guys are setting a great precedent for how to do it.
Yeah, man. Well, I mean, with the amount of talent around here, it's just a matter of time until we start seeing more venues and just kind of giving everybody the springboards they need to do the next steps and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
But yeah, man, Hickory's definitely got a lot of talent up there. I've seen a couple new venues popping up, so they got it going on too, man. So how long have you been playing?
I started playing when I was about 15 to 16, somewhere around there. I played trumpet, of course, in the school band before that, and guitar looked a lot cooler, and, Led Zeppelin doesn't sound the same on trumpet.
I agree. Not at all. I tried some wind instruments and stuff like that too when I was in school, and I couldn't do it. It just didn't work for me. I don't know why.
I wish I still had the trumpet thing in my back pocket, but maybe one day.
Can you read music?
I can for a trumpet, but with guitar, you got these notes stacked on top of each other, and you got to be able to sight read and say that block of notes is this and that block. And my brain, it's other places.
I don't even know that much about it, so you kind of just enlightened me a little bit. I thought like reading music meant you can just read music and pick an instrument up and be like, okay, I can make music now. But I don't know. I do it by ear, so that's that. So like when you started playing when you were around 15, like what was the kind of stuff that got you going?
Oh man, it's crazy because like I was kind of like into what was going on then, and I remember like listening to bands like Tool and A Perfect Circle and like a bunch of stuff that was like really pretty heavy and also very lyrically based. But then I had friends that they had parents that kind of adopted all of his kids and were like, man, do you guys know about this? And would turn us on to like Jay Giles Band or turn us on to like, you know what I mean? Something just off the wall. And I'm
Couple decades older.
yeah. And it was nice because like their parents had the appreciation. So it kind of bridged the gap. And even when I was a kid, my great grandma used to make us mixtapes.
Nice.
My great grandma.
That's a cool grandma.
Right? She was so dope. But she used to make us mixtapes, and like I remember it would be anything from like Looking Out My Back Door to like Bobby McFerrin, Don't Worry Be Happy,
Yeah.
to like the Carpenters Sing a Song, So it would be like all over the place. And Yeah, I got a bunch of good influences in my life that kind of push the right direction.
It's a lot of different flavors.
Right.
That's a good thing to have, though. It's not a bad. That's a good problem. So what about like nowadays? Is there any like artists you'd like to tell anybody about that they might not have found yet that you think that they should be aware of or anything like that?
You know, this is what I would encourage: go and see local artists. Go and check out, check out the avenues that aren't just fed to you, because there's a lot of stuff out there, other than what's fed to you. And not that that stuff is bad, it's wonderful. There's a lot of stuff that makes it right to the top, but like there's people on the rise that are just waiting to be seen or heard, And for me to give one endorsement over the other, honestly, like I'm a big fan of all these guys here on stage, every one of them, and I think you can find those guys and what they're doing, and in my opinion, it's the same caliber of anything you're going to find on the radio, and maybe soon it will be.
Wow, I like that. That's one of the best answers for that one I've had so far, man. Seriously, very good. Well, let's move on to some music, man. What's the name of the song you're gonna play for us here?
Let's see. So I've been debating this, but I wrote this song. It was like a birthday kind of love song, and I wanted to write a love song, but not like super, super mushy. There's a lot of those. So I wrote this one, and yeah, it's called Wings. Some wings today, 'cause your soul learns to fly and navigate through tidal waves. Been the trend of time. First I thought I seen a star, I thought that grave was mine. And then she taught my soul to fly and to speak for the ones who were left behind. Some got lost along the way. Now it's up to you. Cast some light down days broke, and all they need's the truth. Cast your bow in the midnight, no headlight once again, and ride the wind until home is where you go, not where you've been. If you feel a hand inside your own, know the hand is mine, while you're staring straight into the light. Sight doesn't matter when love is blind. You got a burning flame within you and a wildfire by your side, and everybody needs that warmth in the whole damn world tonight. While you're glowing brighter, well, the world keeps getting dim. Open up that heart of yours and shine a light again. Shine a light again. Scoring 3 short years ago, on this day you were born, you pushed yourself to be the best. Then you found out what your voice was for. A single solo siren sent to fill the world with love, and lullabies of broken times that remind us how to get back up. All the working men and women they watch swear that you on the moon. So sing with all you got to give, and we're all right behind you. You got a burning flame within you and a wildfire by your side, and everybody needs that warmth in the whole damn world tonight. While you're growing brighter, well, the world keeps getting dim. Open up that heart of yours Nobody knows the road you walk. No one knows where your heart has been until you open up to walk the way that you let me in. You got a burning flame within you and a wildfire by your side. And everybody needs that warmth and the whole damn world tonight. While you're growing brighter, well, the world keeps getting dim. Open up that heart of yours, shine a light, yeah. Oh, shine a light, yeah. Shine a light.
Nice.
Thank you. Appreciate all that love, you guys.
Heck yeah, dude. Got some power behind there. You don't even need a microphone, so we're just gonna go ahead and delete that. It's gonna go. Just kidding. That's Matt Eckard, y'all. We're gonna go move over here to Philip Page. How you doing, man? I'm good, man. Welcome back. We had you here for the what was it called? The artist or the spotlight? No, the Songbird preview. That's what it was. And that was what, like about a month ago? Yeah, man. We had some fun. We got a nice little taste of what you have to offer, and we're excited to have you back, bro.
Excited to be here.
So we're gonna go ahead and hit you with the regular gamut of the intro questions that we have. So let's just go ahead and find out where you from, man.
So I am from Granite Falls, North Carolina, and I live in Lenore now, so not too far.
Born and raised up that way.
Yeah, born and raised in Granite.
Heard. Very cool. How long you been playing?
I've been playing guitar probably now for about around 2 years, and writing music and playing live stuff for about a year now.
Cool. It's always nice to have a green, fresh player up here, man.
Very.
It's different because I feel like the longer you play, you kind of get this like filter over the way that you analyze music. You don't have that fresh, clear look of it like when you first start playing. Like the world's open. You have so many opportunities when you first discover all the notes on the guitar and stuff. So it's really cool to be able to hear your opinion like that compared to someone like me or Matt who's been at it for what 15 years or something like that. You know, we don't really think about it as much anymore. We kind of forget to even keep learning because we're in our comfort zones now. So that's inspiring, man, to hear from you. What got you into playing music?
So I went to college and played baseball and did that for 2 years. Ended up graduating from App State, and then kind of after graduation, I guess I picked it up. And I was like, man, it'd be cool to learn to play guitar. My older brother, he's a killer musician. He's super good, and I've always envied him for that. And it was, I don't know. I was just kind of sitting around, and I was like, I want to do what he does. And picked it up the first time and tried it for about a couple of days, and I said, yeah, that's out. It's like, I'm not going to do that, and that's way too hard. And like, I'm never going to learn how to do anything with that. And I think it was probably, probably a month or so into it, I'd learned a couple chords, and I wrote some BS song that was the most horrible thing in the world. But I wrote it, and I was like, wow, that'd be cool to write music too. And then as time went on, it just kind of
That's
all
cool.
happened.
I'm glad that it opened your eyes like that, man, because some people don't get that chance or they'll give up on that first, like you said, they try it and they're like, oh, wow, this is more difficult than most people make it look.
Right.
But, yeah, you just keep with it, and it kind of becomes second nature over time. Like, you'll hear everybody tell you that, and for the first year or two, you're like, that's a lie. There's no way that this is going to get easy. But it does. It gets easier when you keep with it, man.
Absolutely.
So when you were younger, what kind of music were you listening to, like, as a kid?
Yeah, so I was raised up on 80s and 90s country.
Cool,
so
me
my
too.
dad was a huge Hank Jr. fan. I love Hank Jr., David Allen Coe, stuff like that.
Absolutely.
It's just what I was raised up on. Love stuff like that, old school country. Nowadays, I get into some Texas country. I like some Flatland Cavalry, some Turnpike Troubadours, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I like that kind of music, so that's what I listen to a lot of.
They're bringing back the authentic country, in my opinion, those type of bands, you know. Like, every now and then you'll get on pop country radio and hear one song that might be good out of every 15 or so. Good is obviously, you can't just say it's not good, but, I don't know, compared to like the authentic red dirt country where they're singing about their lives and stuff, and they're not going into a room with 7 songwriters and distilling something that they don't even relate to. They're just trying to sell it, you know?
Exactly.
There's something to be said about that kind of music, and
Yeah.
it's definitely making a comeback. Yes, very substantial. It's got tons of substance to it, for sure.
I was listening to a podcast the other day, and they were talking about Corey Smith. I like Corey Smith a whole lot, too. Dude's made a living playing music the last 15, 20 years and never had a song on the radio.
Yeah,
And
he's
I was
not
like,
a breakout artist,
what I
but
love.
he's doing the work and putting the work in there for sure. I like those type of artists, man.
For sure.
Very authentic. All right, man. Well, what's the name of the first song you're gonna play for us tonight?
Yeah, man. So this one's called How I Got to Be This Way. Drove a 64 Ford, holes in the floorboard. Looked that truck, heat door. Blue collar man, worked hard all his life. Put food on the table for his kids and wife. And I still drink my coffee black and drive this old truck. I find God in a tree stand, waiting for a buck. And I know how to work hard, when to quit. Don't count my blessings for everything I get. If you listen closely to what I say, you'll learn how I got to be this way. Sometimes I didn't like him, other times he was my best friend. Guess that's what you get with a teenage kid. He taught me everything I needed to know, and I hold on to that for my forever to go. And I still drink my coffee black and drive this old truck. I find God in a tree stand, waiting for a buck. I know how to work hard, when to quit. Don't count my blessings for everything I get. And if you listen closely to what I say, you'll learn how I got to be this way. Footsteps for 25 years. His life was cut short by some pills. His memory hangs with me every damn day. He's the reason I got to be this way. I still drink my coffee black and drive this old truck. I find God in a tree stand, waiting for a buck. I know how to work hard, when to quit. Don't count my blessings for everything I get. And if you listen closely to what I say, you'll learn how I got to be this way. You'll learn how I got to be this way. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank y'all. Thank you, buddy.
Right on, man. Singing about your lifestyle, huh? I love it, dude. I love it, man. True. All right, man. We're gonna move on over here to Blake Breedlove. How you doing, bro?
Good. How are you?
Doing good, man. I'm glad to have you here.
It's good to be here.
So Blake has been here on the Artist Spotlight before, playing some of his original tunes, and they're mighty tasty songs, I must say, and we're really excited to have you on the show tonight. And we're just going to go ahead and get into these questions and just start firing them at you. The first one is, where are you from?
Well, I'm from Hickory,
Eckard.
so
I see a common theme
But I
kind of happening
spent-
up here.
I spent a lot of time on my grandma's farm
cool.
in Vashti.
Okay.
It's like no man's land between Wilkesboro and Taylorsville. So, yeah, farming is not fun.
Labor
It
of
is
love.
very hard work,
Yes.
especially in the summertime.
I know that's right down here. I just garden. I don't think you
So-
consider that farming, but
Yeah.
that's hard work too. Close
Yeah.
enough. So, when did you start playing, man?
Well, my grandfather brought me my first guitar home when he was a truck driver. He brought it home to me when I was like 8.
All right.
But I didn't really take it serious till I was 12. So then I started learning because of Guitar Hero.
Gotcha. Did he play guitar at all, or just bring
No.
you a guitar?
No, nobody in
Gotcha.
my family is musically inclined.
All right, that's interesting. That's interesting because honestly, in all the rounds that we have, it seems like, I mean, if I had to guess, I'd say about 70 or 80% of the performers have some sort of musical background in their family. So it's interesting to hear someone
Well,
who doesn't have any.
My grandfather on my mother's side, he died when she was a few months old. He could play guitar, but obviously I never got to meet him.
Sure.
So-
Understood. Right on. So when you started getting into it, once you actually picked up the guitar, what kind of music were you listening to around then that influenced you?
Oh, man, it was a little bit of everything, really. Growing up in my mom's car, you'd get like country, like 90s country. But then if I rode with my dad, it was like 70s rock.
All right.
So-
Yeah.
So
Little variety bag.
I kind of got the best of both worlds. I love 70s rock.
Yes, sir. I love 90s country, and I love
Me
70s.
too.
You can't go wrong with either of those, man. They kind of actually have a lot of similarities, too, when you boil
do.
down what's there,
They
you
do.
know? Some people will say, like, I don't like country music, but when you actually listen to it, it's all the same elements. You're just singing with a little more twang.
Well, when it's
Basically.
all said and done, everything is rooted in the blues.
Yes, totally, man.
So,
There's
and
12
that-
notes.
I kind of branched out from 90s country, 70s rock, and then I discovered Jimi Hendrix. I discovered Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Sure.
Stevie Ray Vaughan is the GOAT.
Yeah, that's who
guitar
got me
player.
into guitar, too.
Yeah, like
When I
Stevie
heard
Ray
Little
Vaughan,
Wing, I was just like, huh?
Yeah.
That's what a guitar is
then,
supposed to sound like?
ZZ Top. I love those guys. Good guitar playing and music. Well, the 80s stuff is a little commercial, but
Cool. So you're rooted in the old school
yeah,
stuff.
I'm
I
old
hear you.
school.
So how about nowadays? Is there any like modern music that's catching your ear?
I mean, I love Eric Church
All right.
and his stuff, but it's all, there's good and bad and everything. Some of the modern stuff is good, but I'm like Philip here. I like the obscure, like I'll listen to indie playlists all the time and thinking, wow, that is good. Why isn't that on the radio?
Same.
Like, but like the main, if I had to pick a mainstream guy, it'd be Eric Church, or Luke Combs. I like some Morgan Wallen. He's pretty good, even though he's kind of on the fringes of the pop stuff.
Hey, I will be honest. My Spotify playlist was like full of Morgan Wallen. I don't know why. And like when I set my alarm in the morning, he always singing to me, waking me up and stuff.
I mean, you
I
have
don't
to
know
be good. You
what's
have to be
going on.
pretty good if you have 38 songs
That's
in
the
the
thing.
top 100.
That's the
So,
thing, man. He's doing something right. And
Yeah.
and another thing too, a lot of people kind of say like, I don't like him. And if you dig through his 35 song album,
Dude,
there's
every-
gonna be a
every-
good
yeah,
song you
at
like. You just got to
least.
give it a chance. And just like any other artist, I feel like.
Like I tell Victoria all the time, I don't care if I dislike the artist with the passion. There's going to be something that I at least
Take
like.
from it. Yeah, absolutely.
bit.
That's what makes a good artist, I think, honestly, is being open-minded like that. That's good to hear, man. What's the name of the song you're going to play for us right now?
I'm going to do a song that I wrote for my mom recently.
All right.
So this is on my record that I released. This is called Dear Mama. Dear Mama, I'm sure you're wondering about me. I'm riding on this old bus on the other side of Tennessee. But Mama, I know it's been quite some time. But don't you worry, I'll be just fine. 'Cause me and this here guitar have still got each other's backs. We still got our share of dents and cracks. Through all the struggles, you know, someday I'll be back home. But I'm afraid I just can't stay too long, because I hang my hat out on the open road. Dear mama, I was born to roam. Dear mama, it's me from Arizona, passing through the desert on into California. Mama, it sure is pretty out here. And don't you worry and have no fear, 'cause me and this here guitar have got each other's backs. We still got our share of dents and cracks. Through all the struggles, you know, someday I'll be back home. But I'm afraid I just can't stay too long, because I hang my hat out on the open road. Dear mama, I was born to roam. All these miles and these memories that don't mean anything without you here to see me. Dear mama, once again it's your oldest boy. I'm coming home, making my way through Illinois. And mama, bake me one of your apple pies. I'll be back in Caroline this time tomorrow night.
Wow. Beautiful, beautiful, man.
Thank you.
Absolutely. All right, y'all, it's Blake Breedlove. We're going to move over here to Chase Killough. He's a returning performer, and we're so glad to have you back, man. How you doing?
Doing good. How you, man?
I'm pretty good, man. I'm a little bit tired,
Me too.
I think I'm on, like, almost double digits of sleep now in the last 4 days after putting this thing on. But I'm here, man. I'm here. Y'all are keeping me moving.
Good stuff.
Yes, it is, man. So we've had Chase back here before, and I've asked him all these questions, and might get the same answers, but sometimes stuff's changed. You never know. But y'all might not know him, so we're going to go ahead and ask him, man. Where you from, bro?
Originally from Rock Hill, South Carolina, but I live in Charlotte now.
Cool. How long have you been playing?
Since I was 9.
Nice. It's like you know these questions. That's cool, man. So you've been at it for about the same amount of time as me and Matt over here, 15
Yeah.
years or something like that, probably.
Uh,
It's hard to keep track, right?
22 now. I'll be
Oh,
33
man.
next week.
I stopped doing math, so I don't know. I just nice, yeah. Happy early birthday, indeed.
Appreciate it.
So how about your early influences when you started playing music?
Well, I started playing mandolin first, so Bill Monroe, and then after that, you know, same as everybody else, Stevie Ray Vaughan, all that stuff.
The rabbit hole.
Yeah, man. Just go down the rabbit hole. You try and figure it out, and I liked Eddie Van Halen a lot.
Yeah.
And, you know, all that stuff.
As a musician, man, you just kind of got to do that to find out what you do and don't like, and trying to mimic artists too, what your abilities are too. So digging into those bands early on in your influence is very
Allman
important
Brothers,
to
the
me.
one I just like dove in deep. Allman Brothers, Skinner.
Yep, they stayed in my top 5, both of them, and they're not leaving. Can't go wrong with that good old Southern rock, man. Something in the water.
Yeah.
What about nowadays, man? What's some new bands you listen to?
I listen to a lot of Jason Isbell. I like Turnpike Troubadours. There's a few that stick out. I mean, honestly, I listen to like a lot of old time music and like Stanley Brothers and stuff like that.
It doesn't get old.
I like fiddle tunes a lot. I like a lot of the instrumental music, just whatever.
Cool.
I've been taking luthier lessons here recently from a guy named Ari Latella, who's from Finland, and he's really big into like Eastern music, like Turkish music and stuff like that.
Okay, yeah.
I've been really digging into that, like the
That's a
semitone music.
I was gonna say it's a whole different sort of
beautiful.
tonalities and
It's
everything.
awesome, man.
That is very
I just
cool.
got kind of worn out on listening to like the Western.
The 12 notes.
Yeah.
I get it, man. It's hard to stay creative sometimes with 12 notes to choose from. Like, it looks like we have way more than 12 notes, but they just repeat. They just sound a little different when you go up higher. But yeah, that's Chase, y'all. We're gonna just move in right to the song that you're gonna play. Tell us what the name of this is, man.
It's called Hard to Be a Stranger. It's about growing up in a mill town in South Carolina.
Is this on either of your albums? I don't recognize that name.
This is not. This is all. Everything I did play today is probably gonna be new. So
Right on.
I'm working on another album, so we'll see how you like it.
That makes me happy.
Well, some lady told my mama I was smoking marijuana and selling to the kids at school. And then her brother's wife, Lori, said she caught me buying 40, smoking cigarettes, breaking the rules. Well, I was just stoned and lazy, a little white trash and crazy. But I never went to jail, I was good at raising hell. No, wasn't 15 with a baby. It's hard to be a stranger in an old mill town. Weave around the danger that's bringing you down. Well, I never did come from money. Sometimes life is funny. It's hard to be a stranger in an old mill town. After graduation, I found an occupation playing music in a rock and roll band, playing all the bars and sleeping in my car, trying to do the best that I can. I guess I never was the real thing. I'd had just living a pipe dream, but the music never stopped and I never punched a clock. Still paying all my bills with 6 strings. Hard to be a stranger in an old mill town. And weave around the dangers that's bringing you down. Well, I never did come from money. Sometimes life is funny. It's hard to be a stranger in an old mill town. Pick a boy. Now that I'm grown, all the people I know are married, dead or in jail. Well, who am I kidding? Well, we've done a lot of living. I love them and I wish them well. And I guess I never was the real thing. Out here living a pipe dream. But me, I'm doing fine, $100 at a time, paying all my bills with 6 strings. It's hard to be a stranger in an old mill town. Weave around the danger that's bringing you down. Well, I never did come from money. Sometimes life is funny. It's hard to be a stranger in an old mill town. Thank you.
Yeah. I like that, man.
Thank you.
That might be one of my new favorite originals of yours. Probably because I actually just finished one recently too about very similar subject material, about like mill towns and how they flourished so much around here in the South, and then eventually just kind of disappeared. Yeah, man. And some of them, like, literally, there's not even a trace of them. And then, you know, some other towns, they've actually repurposed some of the mills and stuff like that, like they did in Mooresville. And right, yeah. I find that pretty fascinating. I think that's really cool that you're hitting on that subject too, man. So that's Chase Killough, y'all. The end of round one right there. Now we're going to get the old trusty Google sheet out here, and I'm going to pick a question. And we X'd out most of the dumb ones. We vetted them finally. They were, I don't know if y'all were here for the Thursday round, but we were just like reading halfway through them and then like just throwing that away. But no, we got some good ones here. And I'm going to move back over here to Matt and pick a good one here. So what are you working on musically right now? You got anything new? Any new recordings? I haven't really found any recordings of yours available online other than the videos that we put out. Am I looking in the wrong places or anything?
You're not. I'm so a slacker. I know that sounds silly, but I really do. I focus so much on just like eating up the moment, soaking it up, and putting it back out that a lot of times I forget to record. And I've got somebody else in my corner reminding me that that's probably a good idea to do that. So I'm gonna be working harder to get a lot of songs copyrighted and things like that here in the next probably couple months. But yeah, man, I don't know. I've spent so much time just collecting that I forgot that sometimes saving means a lot too. You know?
Yeah, man, and that kind of leads into another question I want to ask. Like, how deep is your original musical catalog? How many songs, just estimate, do you think you've actually got finished?
Oh, man, it's crazy to say because like whenever you start at first thinking about it, you're like, I've got like 3, you know, and then you're like, no, there's that one, and there's that one. Honestly, I would probably say something close to like 20 or so that I'm really, really comfortable with.
Good,
you know what
man.
I mean? And when I say that, that's like the ones that I would let see the light of day kind of thing. You know, there's probably other stuff that I'll sit on and stew and think about it a lot. And
I can think of at least about, I want to say at least 10 that I've heard you do live at the artist spotlights and stuff like that, you know, and they get stuck in my head. So once you get them on a CD, they're going to be getting stuck in everybody's heads because they're a bunch of earworms.
Well,
they're
thank you,
good
brother.
songs,
I appreciate
man.
that.
Yes, sir. So let's just move into some more music, man. Tell us a little bit about this song and the name of it, and play us a little something, man.
Yeah, you know, I don't know. We've been talking about mountains and good old times and things like that. Like moonshine, I don't know why, but it always pops up. And I decided that one day I was like, you know, I heard a song about a lot of stuff. Moonshine's like a big part of Carolina heritage. Like everybody knows about it. If you go anywhere, there's somebody with something in their trunk. Talk about, come here, check this out. And you guys know what I'm talking about. And the fruit, you got to watch out the fruit, man. That fruit's wild.
Looks like water, but it don't taste like it.
Yeah. So this next song, it's called Homemade Shine, and it's got a little bit of everything. I don't know, it's a little throwback to all the other things that made me stagger and walk a little sideways too, but Shine's just a different kind, man. It's different, you know, and the song's in the key of D. If anybody wants to pick, there'll be a nice little spot, and I feel like if you're singing about moonshine, it needs to be some good old picking and a grinning, so you boys feel free and jump in. I've been picked apart by turkey, pummeled by the buffalo. I took a walk with Johnny, and Jack's a real good friend, you know. I swam in sweet agave, I've been choked out by the vine. Ain't nothing to it like to taste that good old homemade shine. I tried to walk around it and I staggered twice, I know. Should have called it quits, but right on back I go. I'm loving every minute of what I might regret in time. 'Cause ain't nothing to it like to taste that good old homemade shine. Get 'em, boys. From the floor up when you're thinking nothing's wrong. You smell the mash boiling and long past dinner time. 'Cause ain't nothing to it like to taste that good old homemade shine. Yeah, give me some more. from the floor up when you're thinking nothing's wrong. You smell the mash boiling, we're on past dinner time. 'Cause ain't nothing to it like the taste. It'll take your name, it'll steal your face. It'll put you in jail, won't help the case. That good old homemade China. Mighty fine of picking and a grinning, boys.
Nice. Yeah, that's one of them tunes I've heard that gets stuck in your head that I was just telling y'all about. Right there. Just like that. That's Matt Eckard, y'all. Good stuff, bro.
Thank y'all, man. Appreciate it.
Hell yeah. All right, Philip, we're back, man. You still doing good over there?
Hanging in there, brother.
I hear you, man. I know you were saying you had some allergy stuff going on.
Hard as I can.
It sucks for singers, man. It's that time. It is that time of the year for allergies and singers and the froggy voice stuff. So, man, it's all good. Don't worry about nothing like that. We're all here to enjoy however it comes out, scars and all. So just wanted to let you know that, man. But I'm going to ask you the same question that I asked Matt here. You know, what kind of music, what are you working on right now, dude? You got any new music? I know I got a couple of your songs on our playlist, so I know you got some stuff on Spotify and everything.
Yes, I do. I've got some new songs. How I Got to Be This Way, I haven't put it out yet, and I wrote that one, I guess, probably 2 or 3 months ago. But, yeah, probably got 2 or 3, but kind of like Matt said, you know, I'm just trying to take it all in. You know, this is still very new to me, so even playing the gigs I play each week, you know, I try to live in that moment, and it's a little tough, too. I mean, once I play Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm whooped Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and I'm just like, dang, that sucks. And I want to get to where I can, like, wake up Monday and be inspired and just go back to writing or something. But, yeah. Working a day job sucks, too. So, but it is what it is. You got to pay the bills right now.
I know that's right.
But, yeah, just trying to stay in it as hard as I can.
I was going to ask about the stuff that you recorded, too. Did you do that yourself, or did you go to a studio or something?
I went to a guy in Hickory who has one in his basement and just did it all acoustic. And I think that's something I would like to see. I've only played with a band one time since I've played, and that's something I would really like to do is maybe put out a song with other instruments in it, you know.
But your songs definitely would fit that really, really well. They're easy to build on, and adding some textures and some harmonies and things like that would just polish it all right up and make your voice sound even better than it already does, which sounds kind of crazy because he's got a great voice. But yeah, man, I'm really excited to hear all the stuff that you're working on. What's the name of the next song you're gonna play for us?
So the next song that I'm gonna play is called Boat Shop. So I like to hunt and fish and do all that stuff, and that comes from my grandpa. And I got a buddy, his grandfather, he's passed now, but every morning he'd go up to old bait shop out in Cadis Mountain, and they would just hang out. A bunch of old men would just hang out and tell stories, and just they'd stay up there till 10 or 11 in the morning and go home, take a nap, and then go out work in the garden. And I thought, I was riding down the road and going down 321. There's an old boat shop off of 321. I don't even know what it really is. And I said, oh, how's that old boat shop? And I said, So I think I can write a song about that. And went home that evening, and it kind of all came together. It's pretty good. Monday morning, the old men are piling in. Another day for stories, where they're from and where they've been. Rooms full of Mercuries, Nevin rules, bass trackers, rangers, even a Triton or two. It's a gold mine in this place, but the gold ain't where you think it ought to be. Well, it's the fish they caught, beers they've drank, time they spent together, ones that came and gone, brotherhood that'll last forever. Some might see it as an old rusty building. There's heart and soul and a lifetime full of knowledge in that old boat shop. Junior stops by once a week. He's still recovering. 83-year-old, two-time cancer survivor. Ain't much that can keep him down. Picture on the wall shows him with a 22-inch Bryan. Man, you should have been there. Seems like just last year, at least the fish they caught, the beers they drank, time they'd spent together, the ones who came and gone, brotherhood that'll last forever. Some might see it as an old rusty building. There's heart and soul and a lifetime full of knowledge in that old boat shop. As the years fly by, they come to realize all along it was always so much more, just an old rusty building. It was the fish they caught, the beers they drank, time they'd spent together, the ones that came and gone, brotherhood that'll last forever. Some might see it as an old rusty building. There's heart and soul and a lifetime full of knowledge in that old boat shop. In that old boat shop. Thank you, thank you.
I like it, man. You're painting a picture with your song, with your words and everything, man. You can just see it coming to life right there with the music.
Thank you, thank you.
I like it, man. I can like literally picture the shack and like a squeaky screen door and stuff, and kind of almost even like smell it. I feel like. Right, man. For real though. What'd you say?
Very Luke Combs.
Yeah, all day. You ain't lying. Philip Page, y'all. We're gonna move over here to Blake Breedlove. So Blake, I'm gonna ask you the same question like I said earlier. So what are you working on musically right now, man?
Well, I come out with Heartstrings and did it all acoustic. I recorded it in my spare room, and I had so many good responses from it. And I was like, well, I've got enough to do a volume 2.
Nice.
So I'm working on that. Also working on incorporating some original stuff in with my band. They've been lighting a fire under my ass to do that. So
Sweet.
we're working on that, and then
Sounds like you got some stuff going on. You're
Yeah.
gonna stay kind of busy here.
busy.
So you got a pretty big catalog of songs too, I imagine,
Oh, yeah.
right? That's always good, man. So how do you like pick the ones that you're gonna put on these albums that you're putting out right now?
It depends. Because there's a lot of songs about ex-girlfriends, and Victoria gets a little offended.
I hear you. Yeah, but you'll hear those on the radio, man. You gotta think about them artists that are putting
Heartbreak
those out.
makes money.
Exactly, man. People can relate to it, right? That's what it's all about. That's what music really boils down to. People like it because they can relate to it most of the time. So everybody's been through a heartbreak or two, I imagine. So that makes sense.
I think that's the reason why I kind of gravitated more towards like the country, southern rock eras, because like it's relatable.
Yeah.
And like blue collar people like you guys can relate to stuff about small towns and 40-hour weeks and barely making ends meet. It's hard. It's hard for people like us.
But it's something we see every day.
Exactly,
Sure,
and it's relatable.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to sing about driving a $70,000 truck because I don't have a $70,000
Can't relate to it,
truck.
man. It's like that song, "You Can't Even Bait a Hook" or whatever it was. That's like literally the perfect song talking about them people
Pretty
writing
much.
songs about stuff they don't know what to talk about.
Pretty much.
All right, man. I know you're gonna be talking about something you know with this next song. What's the name of it?
This is probably going to be one that's released on the volume 2. This is called "It Wouldn't Be Bad."
All right.
It's about one of those ex-girlfriends. I'll probably hear about it in the car ride home.
Look out now.
Friends are blowing up my phone. They're giving me the scoop. They said they seen you out with somebody new. Well, I just brushed it off at first. I figured there was no way you'd do me like that. Yeah, that'd be the day when I drove past your house. I couldn't believe my eyes as that Chevy parked out front. It damn sure wasn't mine. It wouldn't be bad if we were broke up, or if you'd have just spoke up. You didn't have to lie, girl, if you were someone else's world. Was a lesson learned, the tables turned, it wouldn't be bad. Oh, it wouldn't be bad. Thoughts are rolling through my mind, I couldn't find the words to say. I wonder if he knew I was there just yesterday, eating dinner with your family, and you saying, I love you. Well, that was just a lie. Now I know the truth. It wouldn't be bad if we were broke up, or if you'd have just spoke up. You didn't have to lie, girl, if you were someone else's world. Was a lesson learned, the tables turned, it wouldn't be bad. Oh, it wouldn't be bad. It wouldn't be bad if we were broke up, or if you'd have just spoke up. You didn't have to lie, girl, if you were someone else's world. It's a lesson learned, the tables turned. Oh, it wouldn't be bad. Wouldn't be bad. Oh, it wouldn't be bad.
I like that, man.
Thank you.
I can hear a really cool full band version of that.
We're working on that, actually.
The syncopation of the chords. That I can hear the drums. I just that's a good.
My
one,
drummer's
man.
really picky.
Oh yeah.
When it comes, he loves things like stops and starts.
You'll have that with drummers, you know.
I know. I know.
That's why we're up here with guitars. All right, y'all, we're going to move on over here and close out round 2 with Mr. Chase Killough, and we're going to ask him the same question. So I know the latest release you did was Sad Songs and Duets, is that correct? Mm-hmm. What you working on now, man?
Right now I'm working on kind of like just another record. It doesn't have a name. It's just collecting songs and making demos and trying to figure out what I want to do. And, you know, I'm getting married this year. Ooh. So that's been taking up a lot of time. You know, just buying a house and doing all that kind of stuff.
Adulting.
You know. Adulting. Yeah, I've been adulting.
That sounds like a good time.
Yeah.
It ain't.
Prime adulting.
I miss sleeping on couches sometimes and, you know, waking up on Tuesday and be like, I got nothing to do.
Yeah, I feel you, man.
But, yeah, I mean, it is what it is, life.
Do you think you'll be going in the same studio that you did that last one in to do the next one?
You know, it depends.
Sure.
I've been in talks with a couple people about doing some things and, you know, keeping to myself, but I might be going in a different direction, maybe getting a producer or something like that. It all just depends.
No, I feel you, man. I feel you. I'm excited either way because, I mean, all your songs are great, and we need to have them on some sort of a record because people got to hear them things, dude. So
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Absolutely, bro. So what's the name of the next one you're going to do for us here?
This is a song I wrote. So I used to watch this TV show called Black Sails, and it's like a pirate show. Oh, man, it's awesome. But I'm a huge fan of, like, that whole, like, you know, saltwater, just open sea freedom type thing. And the song's called The Old Pirate. Well, I'm just an old broke down pirate. Sailed the world 100 times. Many fear my name for the treasures I have claimed, and I only have myself to blame. Well, I'm just an old broke down pirate, pockets filled with much more sand than gold. Lust and weed and wine damn near robbed me blind, and I'm a victim of the hands of time. So drop those sails and let those cannons thunder, and death is just a cost to living free. And I'll never get to heaven, I'm just an old salty grave beneath the clear blue sky rolling ocean waves. Well, I'm just an old broke down pirate, little house somewhere in the Cape, and I'll never make it home. Leave those dreams are gone. The ship will take me to my resting place. So drop those sails and let those cannons thunder. Death is just a cost to living free, and I'll never get to heaven, just an old salty grave beneath the clear blue sky rolling ocean waves, beneath the clear blue sky rolling ocean waves. Thank you. I don't know if y'all caught that Church Street Blues in him, but
I like it though, man. I like how you can incorporate melodic lines into your picking like that.
Thank you.
It's always very pleasing to the ear holes. Yeah, y'all, that's round two. We are halfway through this thing, and I will remind you, this is the last Roots in the Round for this Singers and Songbirds festival that we did, and every single one of them has been just absolutely awesome. Such a great variety of artists, and man, I'm just so happy of how it went and everything. So just appreciate everybody so much. And the next round here, we're going to be doing some different questions. I'm going to ask each artist a different question instead of the same question this time. And we're going to move right back over here to Matt, and I'm going to try and pick something here. What other instruments do you play? You multi-instrumentalist?
I try.
Yeah? Dabble?
I do dabble a little bit, and whenever you walk in our house, there's like a drum set and keyboard and bass and all this stuff, like guitar amps and everything's set up, it's ready to go.
Yeah.
And I decided a while back that the more that stuff was put away, the less it got played.
Absolutely, for sure.
And so I've got like that when you walk in, and then you get to the living room where you're chilling. There's still guitars and fiddle and stuff hanging around, you know. So I try and put that stuff around, hoping that like through either osmosis or me picking it up, you know, like, you know, it'll start making more sense a little more every time. But bass is something I really enjoy trying to, like, whenever we get everybody together. I'm not a bassist, but I enjoy how much the bass brings, and like just a little bit of bass can do so much, you know. It's
Underestimated
it
or
so is.
Underappreciated a lot of times.
I feel like it's like 100 to 1 as far as like people that play guitar as opposed to bass.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, and it's the first thing you'll notice when it's not there.
Yeah, it's true. And the funny thing is, all guitar players can play bass because it's just these 4 strings, and they're just a little bit bigger. I mean, that's the only difference. And you're playing them one at a time instead of strumming. So.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't understand playing, there really isn't a huge difference between it. But the way that it lends to a band, like you were saying, it solidifies the entire sound of a band, and just it'll create the road for the band to drive down. Because I don't know, it's just super important. And I agree. I do the same thing, man. I love picking up a bass and just noodling around on it. And it's one of them things where it makes you simplify your thinking a lot, because you're you're playing 4 strings instead and single notes instead too. So
yeah.
I don't know. I like being able to get out of the box like that, man.
Recently, I tried to pick up the juice harp
yeah.
and make that make sense in songs. I'm maybe the only one she's ever seen too, but that's totally cool. You get on Amazon, you have those days, and you're like, man, I'm gonna get something new that's stupid that I don't need, And I remember I was like, man, I was thinking about that the other day. So I got a juice harp. She's like, what the hell is that thing? Like, just wait. I love you.
It looks like a kitchen. It looks like a kitchen utensil, like something to cut eggs or something. Yeah. Like I don't know. It doesn't look like an instrument. That's for sure.
Once the cheese is melted,
right? Seriously though, we used to have one laying around. I literally thought it was a kitchen tool. I'm pretty sure I put it in the kitchen drawer one time, just like trying to clean things up.
Baby, how'd you get the skin off the tater with this?
It's just not sharp enough. Yeah, us musicians, we like to dabble and make noise on anything we can do. So that's a good question I like to ask folks.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, dude, of course, man. Tell us a little bit about the song you're going to play and the name of it, and let's hear a little story, man.
All right, you guys want a time changer or a sing-along? You sing along? Yeah. I had a feeling you'd say that. See, after Chase plays, I'm like, man, I got to bring in. The only way I can do that is to include each and every one of y'all. That's my strategy, man. You're going to have to come up with something real cool next, and I know you will. but no, this song, it's called Black Cat, and I love playing this song. It's honestly one of those songs that you play in a bar a couple times, and you could do it really one time if you got the right crowd, and you can have the whole group of people singing along with you. And it's so silly, but at the same time, like everybody can relate. A lot of my songs come from real true stories. This one was, I'm going to be honest, was so made up in my head. But I was kind of proud of myself, I was like, I still got an imagination. But whole deal, there's a black cat, and he's in a situation where cats don't like water and the rains are rising, and then go to the next verse, and there's like a cricket and a farmer and an old crow, and the crow thinks he's going to get the cricket, and the farmer thinks he's going to get the crow, and you just got to kind of wait to see how things turn out, and who knows? Sometimes it can be a little brighter than you know.
Musical fantasy. I love it.
My version of Aesop Fables, right? If you guys want to, feel free and pick along. It's in A minor. I saw somebody turn their volume down yesterday when I was watching this. I was like, that's a good idea.
What's happening?
Black cat sitting on a woolly stone, covered in moss and surrounded by the mud. The rain came down and the water did rise, and black cat surrounded on all 4 sides. I said, black cat, what you gonna do? Y'all gonna sing with me? What you gonna do? What you gonna do now? Black cat, what you gonna do? Y'all's part. What you gonna do now? Black cat, what you gonna do? One more time. What you gonna do when you can't swim and the water gets up to you? Sitting on the edge of a fence, he saw a little cricket, and Mr. Farmer saw him. Crow swooped down to get the cricket and find the black cat lined up dead in the sides. He said, oh crow, what you gonna do? What you gonna do now? Oh crow, what you gonna do? Sing it loud. What you gonna do now? Oh crow, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when you can't swim? The guns ain't right at you. Times you know you can't do nothing. You're down on your luck and it feels like you're stuck. And every time that you move, you get a little tighter. So out in left field, the sun can set a little brighter. It really can. Black cat, look again trying to find a log washing up right alongside. So you jump on to, you hold on tight, and float on down to where it's safe and dry. Oh, we never got what was coming. The first time ever, well, the farmer chick was gone. The crow flew away and the cricket was safe. The farmer sat right there on his porch and he sang. He said, what am I, baby, what am I gonna do? Y'all part, come on. What you gonna do now? What am I gonna do? One more time. What you gonna do now? What am I, baby, what am I gonna do? What you gonna do? With old black cat, the gun that won't even shoot. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate that.
What you
Y'all
gonna
were
do
some.
now?
What's that?
So what you gonna do now?
Oh, yeah. Y'all are great singers. I'm sorry I forgot to tell you that part. I got so excited to play the song with you, man. My bad. That part's important, but you did great.
Yes, they did. They're gonna put you out of a job, bro. All right, we're gonna move back over here to Philip. I'm gonna dig up a random question for you here, man. And so yeah, you're new playing out at gigs and stuff like that. Kind of, you've only been doing it a couple years. Do you have any like pre-show rituals that kind of like get you in the zone, or like if you kind of like forget something that you set up a certain way and you feel out of place? Is there anything like that you got going on out of curiosity?
I tell you what, music has become, so I was very superstitious when I played baseball.
Okay.
I would do routine after routine after routine. And I've never found that in music yet.
Okay.
I do stuff different every time. I set stuff up different. I go a different set list every time. Like I pick from different songs. Like I just have not found a superstition in it. I don't know.
So that's
crazy.
the consistency. Is
I
the
guess
inconsistency?
So. Yeah.
That's cool. I mean, that's what's cool about music is it's so flexible like that. You know what I mean? Like even if it's written this way, you can still put your own thing to it without actually changing it. If that makes sense. Like everybody plays something differently, even though we're playing the same notes, just because we all have different fingers and different touch when we play the guitar and things like that. That's interesting, man.
Yep. So that's kind of it's crazy.
I have a bunch of weird rituals when I play. Like I have to write down lists of songs. I don't know why. If I don't have a list of songs in front of me, I can't think of any of the songs I know. It's like I don't know songs, and I have a lot of. Maybe it's because I'm overloaded with songs. I don't know, but that's one of my little rituals that I have to have that kind of keep me feeling comfortable and not getting too anxious on stage.
Absolutely.
All right, man. Well, play us another song and tell us a little bit about it, and tell us the name of it too, please.
Yeah. So I was raised by my grandparents essentially, and moved in with them when I was 9. And my grandpa, he's a big part of my life, so I wrote this song right here for him. It's called Times Like This. These 4 wheels rolling down this old dirt road, making me feel more free than I've ever felt before. Cornrows as far as I can see. This next left will take me right where I need to be, to a place that's full of simpler times, where I can kick back, watch that sun just shine, pop a top off a cold beer and reminisce. Hey Lord, I'm so thankful for times just like this. celebrate his 77th birthday. Family gathered round, there was so much to say. We talked and laughed about how things used to be. That's when it hit me, this is right where we need to be. In a place full of simpler times, where we can kick back, watch that sun just shine. Pop a top off a cold beer and reminisce. Hey Lord, we're so thankful for times just like this. Hey. Today we're headed back to our old fishing hole. I got you in the front seat, all ready to go. You say this is where you want to live forever. When the good Lord calls you home to heaven, in a place that's full of simpler times, where you can kick back, watch that sun just shine. Pop a top off a cold beer and reminisce. Hey Lord, I'm so thankful for times just like this. He says, boy, I'm so thankful for times just like this. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
I'm thankful for times like this right here, y'all. I gotta say it right now, right here. Absolutely. All right, we're gonna move over here to Blake. I'm gonna dig up another random question over here, right now. So we're gonna have.
Oh boy.
Yeah, exactly. What's your songwriting process like, man? Do you like paper? Are you an analog guy? Are you digital with little typey stuff? What you got going on?
Well, I don't really have a set process.
Sure.
Because sometimes I'll just be randomly in the part of the day, I'm like, damn, I got to write this down.
Inspiration is
I'll have like lyrics and something in my head. Usually what I'll do is I'll try to come up with like the music first.
Uh-huh.
And then I'll try to put words to it. Sometimes I do it the other way. It just depends on how it comes to me.
Yep.
It's kind of weird.
I'm the same way though, honestly. But I do like to make sure I get any idea down when I have it, because anytime I think, I'm going to remember this in 15 minutes.
No, you won't.
Yeah, absolutely not.
There's like little random pieces of cardboard and stuff all over my workbench. That's full of like song lyrics and
little
stuff.
jotted notes and stuff.
Yeah.
That's good, man. You might find one of those one day, and it's just going to be like, oh, that's what I was missing, and I can finish this whole song with just these 2 lines.
Yeah.
I've had stuff like that happen going through my phone notes and stuff sometimes.
Yeah.
I just forget about them because they get buried in all the other ones.
I'll hear something on like on like a playlist or on the radio. I'm thinking, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Let me kind of use that for inspiration.
Right. Just kind of base a foundation off of it, but still paint it a little bit differently when you build the whole thing. I feel you, man. Well, tell us the name of this next song you're going to play, and maybe a little story if you got one about it.
Well, as I said in the last round, it depends what goes on my records due to the ex-girlfriend songs. This one is not about an ex-girlfriend. It was like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. I was several beers deep, just kind of in the music room at the house, and I was sitting there behind the computer, and I just kind of looked over in the corner of the room, and there was a Victrola, and I thought, So I kind of started with that, and then it just exploded. So this is called Without Your Love. That old vintage Victrola plays on in the corner of the room. as I grab your arm to hold you. I pull myself closer to you. In such a short time, we've been through so much, and I don't know what I'd do without your touch. Without your love, I'd be a dog without a bone. Without your love, I'm destined to be all alone. If I had to go without your love, well, the music is a-flowing, and you look so good in love. 3/4 time, baby, we're rolling with the volume turned up. Nobody in his right mind, how much I need you. Nobody in his right mind pushes on through. Forgot the words of my own song. Without your love, I'd be a dog without a bone. Without your love, I'm destined to be all alone. If I had to go without your love. Without your love, I'd be a dog without a bone. Without your love, I'm destined to be all alone. If I had to go, if I had to go, if I had to go without your love.
Man,
Apologize, I got my verse mixed up there in the second verse.
yeah, exactly. Exactly, man. Just that chorus, it says it all. You know what I mean? It really does, dude. I feel like you could tell me that was a George Strait song, and I'd believe you.
There's actually a couple of homages to George Strait in there.
Nice. I think I caught one
Yeah.
of them.
You look so good in love.
That's
And
what it was,
nobody,
yeah.
nobody in his right mind.
Okay.
Classic '80s George.
I love that, man. I was actually talking to somebody about that recently, how I really like when they can create a song by taking little snippets of other songs and dropping them in there. Like Morgan Wallen's new song, Keith Whitley. It's got like pieces of it, but it's actually like a dedication basically to Keith Whitley, but also put into the context of probably about a female or something like
pretty
that
excellent.
as well. It was really a really creative look and approach about a song. And I've heard that in other songs as well before, and it's always just been something that catches my interest right off the bat. Because I'll hear the lyric or I'll hear them refer to something like, oh, I know exactly what they mean there.
I
Because
really love using wordplay.
Oh yeah.
Too.
Yep.
I love like when I write, when I hear it, I hear artists use like, wow, that's cool. That's a nice little play on words.
Clever.
Clever.
Absolutely.
It's very clever.
That's one of my favorite things too, man. Well, you've got it going on, bro. Keep it up.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely, dude. We're gonna move over here to Chase and ask him a random question too. Let's see here. I'm gonna just not even read one. Was there ever a time when you thought about quitting music altogether?
Last week.
That was a quick
What?
Yeah. All the time, man. All the time.
That's funny, man.
Never just quit. Just like quitting doing the hustle, man. It's.
What was the what kind of had you thinking that way last week?
I mean, I was just being facetious, but.
Oh.
You know, just
Some people do
it's
that. I mean, they go through
being on
phases.
the road all the time, man. Is rough, dude. I mean, a lot of relationships. You know, talk about ex-girlfriends, man. There's a lot of them to tell you that I love the guitar more than I ever loved them, which is not true, but
That's
it was
how it looks.
it was close. It was close fight, close fight. But you know, that's it's just the nature of the game, man. You know,
It
if you want to do it and you want to go out and make a living doing it, you have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's all there is to it. And sometimes there's not room for birthday parties and, you know, family reunions and stuff. I mean, I talk to my mama every day on the phone. I probably hadn't seen her in person since Christmas.
Wow.
Just 'cause, you know, I
Busy,
drove back from Bald Head Island last night and got home about 4:30 in the morning.
Yep.
Woke up this morning. I did not shower, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry.
I got one finally.
Yeah.
I've been busy. Musician life, you know.
Yeah, man, it's hard. It is. And everybody up here, you know, if you haven't experienced it yet, you will.
It's a balance of sacrifices.
It is,
You know?
very much.
Yep. Kind of knowing what's gonna count and what's not for you, really.
Yeah.
What adds up. Well, cool, bro. Tell us a little bit about the next song and the name of it, and pick us a little something.
I
man.
started writing this song in 2020. My grandfather, who taught me how to play music, passed away, and it hit me pretty hard for a long time. And, you know, trying to navigate life without someone that's, you know, been your biggest supporter forever, you know, it's very hard. But I started writing it, and I was like, no, I'm going to put that away. I'm not ready to finish that yet. And, you know, I decided to get married and, you know, move forward with my life and stuff. And I'm trying to play this and not cry, but I think it's a good song, so y'all need to hear it. If I do cry, we can fight about it later if you want to see if I'm still a man. Well, I've been driving around for hours, burning stoves and killing time. I see your face on every corner. Sometimes see your face in mine. I tried my best to give up smoking. That's a race that just won't end. And here lately I've been broken, 'cause I lost my only friend. But you're the angel on my shoulder, and I got demons deep within. And it gets hard when you get older, not to let that devil win. I took some cold beers to the graveyard, played some songs that made me cry. Just when I was leaving, I saw a plane go across the sky. You know Mama's getting better. Sometimes it feels like nothing changed, except the weeds out in the garden. And this old house don't feel the same. But you're the angel on my shoulder, and I got demons deep within. And it gets hard when you get older, not to let that devil win. Here lately I've been praying, saying, Lord, please set me free from the sins when I was younger, to be the man I want to be. But you're the angel on my shoulder, and I got demons deep within. And it gets hard when you get older not to let that devil win. And it gets hard when you get older not to let that devil win.
Turn it off. I just forgot to turn it back on. Wow. Sheesh. Just sheesh, man. You got it going on, bro. Your words always speak and your music always does it. Keep it up, man. That was beautiful bass. I know, right? Make water just come out of my face. Whatever.
Must have had a really cool papo.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
That's awesome, man.
That's what music does. All right, y'all. We are at the last round. Man, what a great weekend of Roots in the Round. I'm just going to find out a little information from each of these fellas before we close this down. I just want to find out where, y'all can find them online, and so you can check them out, whether it's online or at a live show. You just need to be able to know more about these folks. And, of course, Mr. Matt Eckard, where are you going to be, man? What you got going on?
Well, I've been doing a lot of solo stuff lately, and honestly, I've been playing a lot with Miss Danny and the Skeleton Crew, and I feel very, very fortunate to do all that stuff. It's kind of been nice. It's given me a little bit of time to sit back and kind of ponder and write more stuff and not focus so much on doing that as much unless it's a solo gig, and just have fun for once. Sometimes whenever you're in the music game, like you were talking about, Chase, like sometimes you're like, man, I don't want to do this anymore. Things take the wind out of yourselves from time to time, and it's hard sometimes after you, you get something going really good, and then sometimes it doesn't go the way that you hoped it would. And it takes a minute to get your feedback, but whenever you do, it always feels really good. And that's what friends and the people we love are really good for. So thank you guys for being so supportive and and being an awesome listening room, man.
We love it, man.
But yeah, man, you know what? I'm going to try and get on that, but whenever I do release it, I'll put it on Facebook, and I'll definitely let you guys know what's going on. One of the new ones I've been working on is it's called Northern Lights, and this one it's a song about. I read you could see the Northern Lights all the way down in like Asheville and Hendersonville and stuff, and I was like, man, there's something a little weird about that. I'm not sure if it's a good thing, so I started researching it a little more, and all that kind of stuff matters. I'm not going to tell you too much or preach at you, but here's the song, and I hope you like it. I see light and some frantic, slightly frightened for the folks who've been led so far astray. There's a wolf in the clothes, a shepherd that they chose. I know that every dog will have his day. When the voice of good and wonder set the underhand asunder, the universe might finally have its way. When we all spend together, 'cause you can't just tame the weather, the cause and the effect of your mistakes. Your mistakes, so the northern lights are burning brighter than the mines, so fuel the lamps, they'll keep stirring up dust. All this clutter and the chatter, now the truth don't even matter. It's all that's separating them and us. In the night, so many colors in the sky. They just sit there pointing with their fingers and their eyes and say it's a clever damn disguise. The lies they weren't so blatant. I can make it for tonight, maybe tonight I can fake it. Praise the God they say who made us, may be the one to save us. When good is gone, there's nowhere left to cry. Ignorance is so contagious, only wisdom now can save us. The shadow of the gallows and the lies. Oh, the northern lights are burning brighter than mine. So fuel the lamps, they'll keep stirring up dust. All this clutter and the chatter now, the truth don't even matter. It's all that's separating them and us. Well, you tell us what's on your mind and we'll tell you what you're worth. Share yourself with cyberspace, we'll share with you the curse. Vanity, it's on the rise, sell yourself right now. Disregard the lie of fake, cause air to breathe is running out. Oh, the northern lights are burning brighter than the mine. So fuel the lamps, they'll keep stirring up the dust. All this clutter and the chatter, now the truth don't even matter. It's all that's separating them and us. With the meeting of the minds we bring about new design, inspire hope in the birth of brighter days. Yes, when we all spend together, cause you can't just change the weather from the cause of the effects of your mistakes.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it, brother. Thank you guys again for all the love.
That's always one of my favorites yours right there, man.
Appreciate it, brother.
Upbeat. I almost know some of the words. I almost got to sing with it. By the next time, I'll get them all. Right on, Matt. That's Matt Eckard, y'all.
Love you guys, man. Thank y'all.
All right, Philip, let's just let the folks here know, and let the folks here know where you're going to be and where we can find you online and stuff like that, bro.
Yeah, so I post everything on my personal Facebook, which is just Philip Page. Then I do have a music page also, and I try to share everything to it too, which is Philip Page Music. You can check out, I got 6 acoustic songs on all platforms of music and all that good stuff. And like I said, I always post my weekly schedule on my Facebook, so you can check it out there and see where I'm playing.
And you said you're gigging about 2, 3, 4 times a week like that? Right on, man.
About every week.
Y'all go out and see him somewhere, you know? Right on, man. Well, tell us a little story, play us a little song,
Absolutely.
tell us the name of it, and yeah, man, do it purty.
Yes, sir. So, Chase the Songbirds' granddad, that's awesome. I'm a sucker for a sad death song. That's just kind of where I came. That's where music and writing music sparked for me. I wrote a song called If Heaven Had a Phone. My stepmom, she passed away a couple years back, and I've got a little 18-year-old brother. He was 16 at the time, and he lives with me now because both of our parents are deceased, or both of his parents are deceased. And I wrote If Heaven Had a Phone from his point of view, and didn't know that 1 year later that our dad would pass away. And my dad, he wasn't the greatest person on earth, but he was my hero. I loved him to death, and I wrote this song right here about a week after he passed. It's called Hey Dad. I hope y'all enjoy it. Hey Dad, how you doing up there? I know it's been a minute. Sure is hard to live this life without you in it. Me and Ma, she's doing alright. Paul's still a kicking. As for me, I've been pretty lost. While I got you, I got a question. How big's that mansion on the streets of gold? How's them bass biting in your honey hole? Bet them old two wheels never felt so free. Oh yeah, hey Dad, don't worry about me. Down here on earth, we don't understand why you had to leave so soon. You were my best friend. Guess it's all a part of a much bigger plan. We'll keep on trusting in the Lord, 'cause it's all in His hands. How big's that mansion on the streets of gold? How's them bass abiding in your honey hole? Them old two wheels show are free. Oh yeah, hey Dad, don't worry about me. I know there'll come a day I'll see you again. Walk through them pearly gates, hold your hand. Reunited once again with my best friend. I'll see that mansion on the streets of gold. We'll catch him bass out of our honey hole. Them old two wheels sure will feel free. Oh yeah, hey Dad, you won't have to worry about me. Oh yeah, hey Dad, don't worry about me. Thank you, I appreciate that.
As always, wonderful stuff, man. That's Philip Page, y'all. Give it up one more time for him.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, y'all, we got about 2 more songs, maybe 3 if I decide to play one here. But in the meantime, we're going to go back here to Blake. Blake, I know you got a lot going on, man. Let these folks know where they can find you and stuff.
Well, I've got a 12-song acoustic record on Spotify, YouTube, Apple, probably everywhere else. Then I've got a few more other songs on there that aren't album-wise. 1 full band song. Nice. And then we're gigging 3-4 times a week, sometimes 6 times a week. That's always fun.
Dang.
That's always fun.
Like 2 in a day or 1 a day?
Well, sometimes I'll do like a Sunday, a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and a Saturday.
Okay,
So.
Man, I remember one time back when I was a kid, we decided to book 3 gigs in one day. Like literally within a 24-hour window.
Oh,
don't do that.
I've done 2 back to back.
That 2 is tolerable, depending
done,
as long as they're not both outside in the middle of summer. You can probably pull that off.
I've done an acoustic show, and then I had to hurry up and pack up and go 30 minutes down the road and do a full band show. It was not fun. it was a mess. Yeah. But once we got going, everything was fine.
Right on, bro. Well, I know you're a busy dude, man. I know these people are going to enjoy coming out and seeing you and your full band. So, once again, y'all, check out Blake Breedlove and tell us a little bit about the next song you're going to play. And
well, I haven't decided whether or not I want to do one of my tribute songs.
All right.
So I didn't really have a grandpa. He passed away before I ever got to meet him. But I do have a really good one about my grandma. So, this one is one that I wrote for her the day that my mom called and told me that she passed away. I sat there for about 30 minutes, and I put it together. So, I'm playing this song at her funeral. It's still, to this day, the hardest thing I ever had to do. It was hard. This is called Here's a Red Rose for You.
Nice. I love this one.
She was a fighter, the strongest woman I'd ever known. And she stayed that way till the good Lord called her home. But she was just 5 feet of pure concrete. She was indestructible to me. I guess I always thought she lived forever. It didn't cross my mind, no, never. But she's found peace now. She's in heaven. I'll see her again one day if I make it. Today's a day the whole world turned blue. So Momo, here's a red rose for you. Well, she beat cancer. She defied all the odds. She never lost faith in her almighty God. But Jesus bought her a mansion before I ever could. But if I'd have had the money, she knew that I already would. I guess I always thought she lived forever. It never crossed my mind, no, never. But she's found peace now. She's in heaven. And I'll see her again one day if I make it. Today's a day the whole world turned blue. So Momo, here's a red rose for you. Today's a day the whole world turned blue. So Momo, here's a red rose for you. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Great as always, man. I believe you played that last time you were here
think
too,
so.
and it's a heavy hitter, man.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Keep it up, man. For real.
I don't play that one much. It's kind of hard.
I believe it, man. It sounds like it's got a lot of emotion behind it, and it hits me even being someone that can't technically relate to it. You know, that's awesome. I love it, dude.
It took me a week in the studio when I was in my room. I was like, nah, it's wrong. There's not enough emotion. There's not enough feel. So I literally sat there and looked at old photos of her and I together. Then I got the emotion right.
Wow. All right, man. Very cool, man. That's Blake Breedlove, y'all. Give him a hand. All right, y'all, before we wrap this round up, we're going to get one more out of Mr. Chase Killough over here, but not until he tells us where y'all can find him at.
Pretty much everywhere else everybody goes. Facebook, YouTube, Spotify. I play gigs about every night of the week, so, you know, if you want to add me on Facebook or follow me on my Facebook page, I post them there. I don't post them. My fiance does all that.
Are you still playing down at Smokey Joe's
Yeah,
every week?
Tuesday nights, Smokey Joe's. If anybody here is an aspiring songwriter, artist, and you want to come down to Charlotte and kind of network, come out to Smokey Joe's on Tuesday nights. I play in the house band there.
Cool.
And, yeah, we'll back you up. You know, if you want to send us some songs you want to play, you know, we'll listen to them and chart them out. And everybody's pretty good down there.
Yeah, y'all got some players in that house
Y'all
band.
might know a few of them.
Greasy Keys, right? He playing with y'all?
Greasy Keys, James Brock, Paul
Oh.
Agee, Amari Wilkerson.
Sheesh.
So
That's
we
like
got-
a session band right there, basically.
That's the band I used on all my records.
Nice.
So
Well, you got some pickers in your back pocket. That's a good thing to have, bro.
it is. It's awesome. I definitely feel like the weak link every time I come in there.
Well, that's what keeps you motivated, right?
It does. It does.
I agree. I've been getting that motivation all weekend, being surrounded by everybody. Justin Clyde was here jamming last night, just playing songs. I had to question reality. I'm like, is this happening right now? Because this is a little too good to be true kind of thing, dude. And yeah, it's great, dude. Phenomenal indeed. Well, man, play us one more tune. Tell us a little something about it, and make sure you tell us the name of it, and let's hear it, man.
Oh yeah, that last song was called "Angel on My Shoulder." I didn't announce that.
I always have to ask for the names because we are recording it and we're doing video, and I want to make sure that I put the name of the song when we play the song so people know what it is. That's the main reason I asked.
I was just trying not to waterworks it, but fail. So this song is called "One Night Stand," and it's one of those full circle songs. It's about my younger years of being a wild lad, but it ends good. It ends good. Loving a stranger is hard to do. One good night is enough for you. Grab your earrings and guess I'll see you around. If your life in the face has changed, time moves on, but you feel the same. Another broken heart ain't worth it. So you're playing fools just like the fair. The crowd you walk ain't got no merit. You realize all your better years are gone. Sleep alone. Sleep alone. This ain't love, girl, it's just lust. We ain't friends cause I got enough. One more cigarette just before you go. Names you said 100 times. Late night bars with cheap pork wine. Living fast and don't make time to slow. So we're playing fools just like the fair. The crowd you walk ain't got no merit. Realize all your better years are gone. Sleep alone. Sleep alone. They get to it. When you find that one night stand that makes your heart wanna beat again, break the chains and turn it all to stone. Wedding bells and diamond rings, mamas cry for what the future brings. Find a piece of land and make it home. No more playing fools just like the fair. The crowd you walk finally has a net. And all those bitter years have come and gone. Can't sleep alone. Can't sleep alone. Loving a stranger is hard to do. Till the night that I found you.
Nice.
Thank you.
You know, just another banger by Chase right there. What do you know? Chase Killough, y'all. No big deal, just cranking out the bangers.
Thank you.
All right, y'all, that just about does it. We've got one more event tonight, and that's going to be wrapping up our 4-day festival debut event, Singers and Songbirds. Man, I appreciate all of y'all making this a success. I think I will do that. I'm going to close it out with a tune for you. I think I'll play a little tune that's just kind of about me. This one's called Living on Rock and Roll. It's in D major if y'all want to make some noise. Moved to Carolina when I was 12 years old, when Daddy got a job to use his skills for building motors. And those cars were moving fast as hell, but the brakes could slow them down. We don't have that luxury till we're 6 feet in the ground. And my heartbeat started racing when I finally made a friend, 'cause everything felt different in this place I'd never been. Found a dusty box of tapes and got hooked on rock and roll. Learned a couple of chords, found the rhythm in our souls. And we were on top of the world growing up in the South. And if we're having dinner at Mama's, better watch your mouth. But you can't wear out your welcome when you're always welcome home. Daddy can't believe how much we've grown, just living on rock and roll. High school in a small town, it revolves around the teens. And mine was just us couple of dudes beating drums and bending strings. And graduation came and went, but we had ourselves a band. And we were making noise and raising hell, no time to make a plan. 'Cause we were on top of the world growing up in the South. If you're having dinner at Mama's, better watch your mouth. But you can't wear out your welcome when you're always welcome home. And Daddy can't believe how much we've grown, just living on rock and roll. Looking back, it makes me laugh at all the crazy dreams we chased. But this is where I'm meant to be, living life at my own pace. And I might be getting older, but I ain't slowing down. 'Cause I can see that green flag waving, and I'm coming back around. I made it through the wreckage, and I gained a lot of ground. Think back to the days when I was young, and we were on top of the world growing up in the South. And if we're having dinner at Mama's, better watch your mouth. But you can't wear out your welcome when you're always welcome home. Daddy can't believe how much we've grown, just living on rock and roll. Just living on rock and roll. Yeah, living on rock and roll. Living on rock and roll. Yeah. Thanks, y'all. We got Matt, we got Phil, we got Blake, and we got Chase. Closing it down with the Roots in the Round. Thanks for hanging out. And y'all stick around for the Songbird competition. Blake's going to be making an appearance there. So we'll be doing something here real shortly. I don't know what time it is, but it's going to be firing up around 6. So y'all stick around for the final event of Singers and Songbirds 2023.
And give it up for Sue the Wonder Dog.
Yeah, Sue. Sue's a good girl.